Welcome. Whew, it's been a week with ups and downs, shocking and not so shocking news going around. Today, I decided to do just topic about what's going on worldly around the world, which is wow. Mm, for once, the major entertainment news is about the DD case and whatever is going. Um, hmm. The questions that arise for me personally is they say they have conducted investigations for years as he was still doing whatever he was doing. So you mean to tell me the government allowed him to continue offending and offending and offending while other people are suffering? Um, it's shocking because if you're saying it's a long time investigation and then this person destroys people's lives, I'll say allegedly abuse them, but then again, if there was no one to stop until now, everyone was just like, until the smoking bomb of his ex-girlfriend filed a lawsuit, because before that we never heard of any other lawsuit. There might be or there might not be, but that was the first lawsuit to be to gaslight, not even gaslighting, to start all the lawsuits to come out, and then the FBI doing the raids and all that. It saddens me that that happens to them. I'm sorry for the victims. Then I come back to my country. It's been saga after saga. Uh, I I often ask, is the constitution a joke to people or to the people who have power, or is it a joke to people who have money? Because some things they're doing, it doesn't make sense. One, we do know in the constitution there is right of speech, there is right of opinion and expression, and yet when you speak up, you are bombarded by threats, you're bombarded by not just threats, your life is just in danger. And sports bra is really pissing me off. And let's say I have an opinion of about maybe how you're governing. Does I would think it will be a motivation to do better or look at it as a critic. In my work line of work and what I studied in college, architecture, we are taught to take criticism. You may take it positively or negatively, that's your own choice, but we were criticized for every project we did, every step of the way, from case studying to presenting the work to presenting your studies, and question, not just question, yeah, criticism. Sometimes it's questioning you why you chose to go that route, and you might have a good answer for it, you might not have a good answer for it, or you're clueless about it, but it helps you to like open up to think of, oh, maybe I should have dug a little deeper about the research, or the design I was doing maybe didn't evoke the thought process I was going for. And from there, you either decide to defend your work or change your work. But if you truly and strongly believe on the work you're doing, then you'll defend it to the end, no matter whatever anyone says, and that's also acceptable. If no matter what you say, no matter what you do, somebody was calling me now. So yeah, So if, like right now, the things that are going around, like the blogger that was abducted and assaulted, and because of just words he said, I'm reminded of the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can only hurt my soul. But if you're somebody who has conviction and you're unmoved by what people say or do, and you are like, okay, you think you're doing the right thing, then if somebody talks about how you're doing the things you're doing, it shouldn't faze you. But now if somebody talks about the work you're doing that is public knowledge and out there, and you're not doing the right work, or you're just, let's say, like how it has been happening, projects that have been started and they don't take off, they just start by word of mouth, and after years you hear the money that was used to those projects, you even question, is it worth the money that was given out? And I applaud Murara. He has put his life in the public eye, and also his life also doing the right thing, according to most of us, and myself included, because we needed someone to give us an eye opening. And this started after the demonstration that happened here, from the Generation Z. And we needed accountability from, I'll not call them leaders, I'll call them politics, because there's a difference. A leader is a person who set aside his own needs and does it for the people. While politics, mostly it's self-served. And this is for entertainment and educational purposes. I don't want to get in trouble. Anyway, but let's speak the truth. You say in the Constitution demonstration are uh, our Constitution right, and then you turn, yes, they were the first time of demonstration, it was peaceful, it was for the right cause, and then all of a sudden, because you saw it's having a massive uproar or a massive growing of people, even the older generation supporting the young generation on the accountability accounts, and decided, let's hire goons and blame it on the Generation Z and say they're the ones who are disruptive. Keeping in mind, the first 2 weeks of demonstration, it was peaceful. People were still doing their jobs. The shops were open. The streets, you could maneuver in the streets, even though even if you're not with the demonstration, but you having, let's say, your work commitments, you'll still continue walking the streets without anyone like disturbing you. Then after you see that, this is getting out of our hands, and instead of sitting down and thinking, okay, I think we are doing the wrong thing, or I'm doing the right thing, and you defend the right thing you're doing or the wrong thing you're doing, no, you don't defend the wrong thing, you point out the wrong things you're doing. You decided to tell the generation that they're I'm just paraphrasing, that they are terrorists, and hey, they said a lot of things, and then think that you have the same wavelength of thinking. No, it doesn't work like that. The blogger who was assaulted from Mombasa, I'm saddened by that, because to go to that extent of humiliating this young man just because of words, it keeps it's worrisome. Like, you cannot express yourself. It's like when you have your friends and you have healthy discussion or a debate. Let's just say that it's a debate because everyone has their own opinion and they can try to persuade you to go with whatever their opinion is, or they can listen to you and see, okay, your words have merit. That's how it's supposed to be. If I tell you that you're stealing the public money and you know for sure you're not stealing the money, you'll stand up and say, no, I'm not. And if there's proof, then you can say, okay, um yeah, it was for, you can come up with an excuse, and then be it can either be proven that it was for your own use or it was for whatever excuse you're giving. um Other than that, it's the world just, at this point of age, we are forgetting that we are in a modernized world where communication is easier. It's not like back in the day when cell phones were not available. If they were, it was specific, it was too expensive, and it was specific people who had them. And internet is we say Kenya is a pride of Africa. Well, because internet is everywhere. There's no place that there is roaming network except at the borders. That's a different thing. But in the country, within the country, you can have internet anywhere, depending with what mobile subscriber you're using. And right now, antennas are everywhere, so it's not that hard to communicate. And people are seeing things online, discussions are being made, others are educating about our constitution for those who have not yet read the constitution, and others are just educating us on different bills of laws and all that, which is commendable, because sometimes we say, not even we say, in the Bible it's written, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. And here are people who are, not even all of them are lawmakers, but most of them have read the constitution and researched on it. We are in the time, like, you can just Google it, it pops up, you can download the constitution, it's online, and the bills are also online. So it doesn't stop anyone from getting information. Now, on the other thing, like I was saying, like, how does the constitution not be respected by everyone? Because if you don't abide by the constitution, as I have read and understood, there are some recap, there's some troubles you'll find if you don't that word is not coming out of my mouth. Repercussions, yes, you'll face if you go against it or offend, like hate speech and all. There's a term for serving, and if you're taken in front of courts, you can either serve a prison time or pay on any, what's it, is it not bail, there's a price you pay, a fine, yeah, you pay the fine, or you can do both. It's even written in the constitution. But we have seen our politics people do that time and time again and getting a slap on their hand and not facing the judgment. Here's an unpopular opinion. Maybe they wanted Morara to, maybe they wanted a rites of passage, because all politicians, most of them have gone through courts. I don't know. Maybe that's just thinking out of the box. But now if that's how we are reaching as a country, instead of going step by step towards the brighter future of good governance and good relations between the people and the until we get leaders, not politicians, we are like going back to the times we hear about intimidation, eh, torturing. As for now, we have seen many people being abducted, and we wonder why. Why can't you just announce them to present themselves to the police station and question them the right way instead of abducting them? That seems so off. And I'm worried about our generation and the younger generation. I mean the millennial, but I'm also worried about the younger generation. It's been that. Today I came home early. Decided, let me try if today people are going to be on. And on that note, it also affects people mentally. I know, because some of them are right now. You even instill fear that anytime you can be taken off and your family doesn't see you just because you share your opinion and just that, and you express yourself, and yet it's in the constitution. I don't know how to even think about that. It's just sad. It's just sad. Anyway, today I had that for today. It's sad. Hoping next week it will be something cheaper. I still smile even sometimes when I'm just like down. But yeah, it is what it is. Until next time, bye.